Hi, it's Ursula from ursula-smith.com. And I have Siser Leonardo Design Studio up. And I'm pretty new to the Juliet and this software. It's pretty basic software. I'm used to Silhouette Studio, which has a lot more features. Plus, I also have the business version. And so one of the things that was really confusing to me when I was trying to do this project is the idea of what to pick when you are sending the machine to the cutter. And so I had these shapes in blue set up initially, and I sent it to the cutter and cut these shapes, and that was all fine. Then I decided, I wanted these other shapes. They look pretty similar, but they're slightly bigger, and I had enough space on the cardstock to cut more. So I wanted it to start, so I had left the mat in the machine and wanted to start where the blue finished. And anything I seemed to do kept shooting the mat off out of the machine. And so I finally figured it out. The way that you do it is you select the second batch. So again, the blue was already cut. I had made these a separate color, thank goodness, and selected them. Then I went to Send Design and I chose Selected Artwork Only. If you choose all artwork that fits on the page, it's assuming that you're doing this all in one go. And so any of these choices that you pick don't work. So if you choose Selected Artwork Only and then send, So select Selected Artwork Only and then choose this option, Move Each Color Layer to Origin. And so again, I had left the mat positioned here, essentially, in the machine. Because I also chose, and I'll show you why it left it here, the blade here, for the first cut in the next screen. So my blade is here in the machine. I just literally want it to start here and cut these. So Selected Artwork Only, move each color layer to origin, hit send. It's only picking the pink, which is fine. I tend to set up my own, I test on the machine, and then once I get the speed and force, I set up a new material in here. So you can come in, you can click the three dots, come in here, create a new one, and type in your numbers. And then if you see the little squiggly, that means that's your custom setting. So then when you click Send to Cutter, so hopefully I didn't confuse you with that, that last little bit. When you click Send to Cutter, what I generally do is I click Advance to End of Cut, because I'm usually cutting a bunch of things at once. And so that's why my blade was left at the end of cutting the original blue bunches. It's not that big a deal. If you don't do that, you can just kind of position your blade using the machine arrows and everything to where you want it to start cutting. And then you just click OK. I've already done that, so my cuts are done. So anyway, I'll show you the results of it in the next clip, but that's literally how you set it up. So if you're new and kind of a whole new world, this software and machine, I mean, it cuts so well, but it just works differently. So I had a little bit of background experience because I used to have a black cat cutter, cougar cutter. Also, Pazzles kind of work that way back in the day. So I kind of understood this idea of positioning a blade and having it cut and advancing and all that kind of stuff. But trying to get it to, again, because this software is a little bit different than what I used to use. And so the cut by color I never had before. And so whatever, it just works differently than Silhouette Studio. So if you're used to that and running into this problem, hopefully this helps. So I will show you the results on my cutter in the next clip. Okay, I apologize for the in advance for the quality of this video. So this is just a quick thing to show you. So in and around here was where my blade had finished after the first cut. And so it was sitting here when I got in to do the selected artwork, which was all this top part. And so you can see it just kind of continued on and cut the new shapes above where it started. And again, if I had unloaded the machine or the mat from the machine, I could have just again kind of positioned by hand where I wanted it to start again, and that would have worked fine. And then I do have the settings set up here. So I was using Tim Holtz cardstock, and I think it was the old stuff though, and AC, I forget what AC stands for, cardstock. I'm not even sure they're around anymore. Again, old cardstock, not super heavy duty. And my blade was set for Epson matte printer paper, and the blade depth was it worked, so I didn't have to change the blade depth. The only thing I had to change was the force. So for the Epson matte, I used a force of, I want to say 21. And for this, I would say it's probably medium cardstock, I used the force of 39. And so so that's the other thing that I kind of threw me for a loop. If you set the settings here in the machine, it does not show up in the software, just FYI. So I kind of had to do it twice. I did it here so that if I'm just cutting like one thing, I can just do it here and it's no big deal. But I like to have my own custom settings so that I don't have to remember. And so my Epson matte is the same here, and I also set it up in the software. And that is, oops, sorry. Still learning this. Nope, that's not right. Okay, I don't know what happened there. Well, we'll figure that out now. All right, so sorry about that last little bit. Hope this helps, and thanks for joining me. See you next time. Okay, if you've watched my channel before, you know I always have a million addendums. So I figured it out. When you create a new setting on here, so like these two were open, like this one is here. And so I clicked on open, renamed it, got back out, set the force, set the speed. And what I didn't do was hit this button. And so what that button does is it updates the preset, whatever it's showing here, with the current settings. And so it never actually saved the settings when I set them. So fortunately, I had taken a picture of it and also set it in the software. So all was not lost. And I just kind of started and only had 2 going. So all is well. So anyway, hopefully this was helpful. Thanks once again for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Okay, sorry. One more addendum. So I just realized I had mentioned that I made cut settings for the Epson presentation matte paper. That was like for a print and cut. And when I went to weed this all out, some of the cardstock stuck to this mat, and I realized, oh shoot, if you looked and saw that, you would have to be able to read upside down, but I'm using a standard mat. This is a knockoff cutting mat. It's not a Siser version. I got it at Michael's, and they work great. And this mat, the standard tack, was okay with the somewhat thicker cardstock. Again, it's not super thick. But, however, I had tried it originally with the presentation matte paper by Epson for my, I use it for my printer, and that, forget it. I could not use this mat. It was a brand new mat, super sticky, and that just stuck and, separated as I tried to peel off. So I had to use the light tack. So Michael sells this, what is it? Let us see. It is make something or other. I can't read that. Make Market. And I bought the combination of three light, which is this one. That's what I use with the Epson matte paper. And then this was the standard. I haven't even tried the heavy duty tack one yet. But they work pretty well. Like I said, the light tack was great with the Epson paper. I thought it might be a little too light for the heavier cardstock, so I went with the standard, and I just had one little area where it just kind of stuck the leftover paper. The rest of it weeded really cleanly though. So anyway, hopefully that helps. Thanks once again. That was the last one, promise. And we'll see you next time.